What is up? What is cracking? Virgo. Okay. It's your girl Ash. And I'm here to give y'all a message, right? So, for the past couple messages, I have been talking about Aladdin, okay? But in one of my messages, for some reason, I was saying Babel. And I wasn't sure if Babel was a person or a movie or a place until I actually had looked it up and I found out that Babel was in the Bible. I know that this might have something to do with a Gemini because that's the message I was talking about, and also finding out that the Tower of Babel was in Genesis. I know Gemini and Genesis kind of sound the same. Jinn. Okay, of course, he was talking about a genie, but also a jinn. I believe a jinn is something spiritual, they say. A jinn. Hold on. Let me figure out what's a jinn really quick. Let's see, what's a jinn? I know, like, some people work with a jinn. Ooh, it got two N's in it. Okay. A jinn. A jinn is Arabian and Muslim mythology. Okay, we was also talking about Muslim in the last message, which was for Leo, but we was talking about a prostitute, like how the women was coming on to Aladdin, right? But they have a certain place that they stay. Okay, so this could be actual people that have a certain place that they stay, a place that they go, a place that they reside in, and it's something about a jinn. Okay, even though it may not be actual jinn, but a jinn is an intelligent spirit of the lower rank than the angels, able to appear in human and animal forms and to possess humans. Compare with genie. Okay, so I was talking about a genie. Aladdin is genie, but for some reason I'm getting jinn. And so somebody might be working with a jinn or working with some type of supernatural being. Um, and maybe this has something to deal with Islam. All right, but when we go back to Christianity, we are talking about Genesis 11, and we are talking about the Tower of Babel, aka Babylon. Okay, so something might have to deal with the story of Babylon, the story of the tower, and basically in this part of the message, they were talking about how these people built up this big tower just so they can reach heaven. All right, so they were like trying to build this thing up so they can go from earth to heaven, right? I believe this had upset God, or let's see, let's read it really quick. They decided to build a city in the tower which that would reach the heavens, aiming to make a name for themselves and prevent being scattered across the earth. However, God observed their actions and decided to confuse their language, making it impossible for them to understand one another. As a result, the construction of the tower ceased and the were despaired, I believe, across the globe, leading to diversity of language and cultures we see today. Okay, so kind of what I'm feeling and what I'm getting is that maybe we are talking about a person or talking about a group of people or um a establishment, right, that is some way somehow trying to build themselves up to reach heaven. Okay, this can be reaching heaven as in, oh, I'm being born again or I die or different things like that. Okay, but I feel like since I was drawn in Jen or channeling Jen, it may be something that God is not proud of, God is not happy about, God is not pleased with. Okay, somebody might be working with their lower selves, okay, as well. Um Now, me thinking about the point where God has split up these people and spreaded them out across the globe. This might be something dealing with the globe, dealing with around the world. It also makes me think about, how we try to be so hard on other people and their beliefs, right? When God clearly in Genesis kind of talks about how he spreaded these people out and he made them can't understand each other, but they knew that he was God at the end of the day, right? So it's kind of like um an energy that's like, all right, well, if God is the one that made us and he has separated us and made us don't understand each other as well so we can go our separate ways. Like, what makes you think that different things or different ways of being is still not in his likeness? That's kind of what I'm getting. So it's something about that. Like, something about that. I know somebody else can like explain it better than I can. I was reading like a documentary and they were just like, you know, whatever you believe in, it basically is structured by the same thing, but in just a different way. You call yourself this, you call yourself that, but it's still the same in some type of way. So this may be what the people that I was like reading upon is trying to say from Genesis 11, right? Even though you read the Bible, you read the other books, and that they're like, this is what it means. It can mean many different things or something like that. Okay. So, yeah, um with this dealing with Virgo, hmm, um it can be something dealing with the act of defiance. Okay, Virgo. Let me see. Okay, six zodiac sign of fertility. What else? Okay. This could also mean maybe somebody is defiant or somebody is being defiant in their knowledge and how they are organizing things and how they are being kind to people. It's like the Virgo is most likely the one that is the helper, is like the nurse personality. It's like somebody is maybe not nursing or having compassion for another. Okay. So this could be you, Virgo, or this could be somebody else. So like I said, this could be an establishment. This could be something, a place that basically maybe is considered a type of Babylon place, right? And God wants them to learn something, see something, understand something. And it's kind of like God maybe distracted them, right? Because it's like all these people, they were trying to get to heaven, but they were maybe missing the whole idea of what heaven is and about how to reach heaven. Like, oh, we're just trying to build this just to say we made it, or just to say we were the people that did it, and God is like, no, that is not what that is mission. That is not what I want you to do. I want you to do, something else. Maybe go out and spread my word instead of trying to build something that it could give you praises instead of me. It's also what I'm getting. So, yeah. Mm. So, yeah, Virgo, maybe this has something to deal with, like I said, a person, a place, a thing that is working with their lower selves to make a name for themselves or to reach what they feel like is heaven. Whole time God is asking them or guiding them to do something else. Um, and that may lead them to confusion, right? And that can also be for us where we are doing something that God don't really want us to do, and it is leading us down to confusion, right? Because we are focused on pride and ambition instead of working on maybe the Virgo sign, which is helping others, having compassion for others. Um, and I'm also hearing lean not on your own understanding as well. So that might mean something. Yes, lean not on your own understanding. So that is in Proverbs 3-5. So that is encourages individuals to trust in the Lord with all their heart and not rely solely on their own reasoning. This teaching emphasizes that human understanding is limited and can be misleading, as highlighted in Jeremiah 17:9 and Isaiah 55:8, which remind us that God's thoughts and ways are higher than our own. By acknowledging God in all ways, we can receive guidance and direction in our own lives. So, yeah, it's something about maybe not understanding, but not worrying about the understanding, like not worrying about the understanding. Like if you don't understand maybe somebody else's way of life, then just don't understand it, because obviously in the Tower of Babel, everybody went their own ways. They were now diverse. They are now different, um, what we call nationalities, different ethnicities. They're different and their way of life is different. So don't try to understand what God is doing in somebody else's life and what God is taking them, or where God is taking them, and focus on where God is taking you. All right. So that's my message.